Hi, this is Luke Titino with Entrepreneur Magazine, and today I have the great pleasure of speaking with Brett Ware. He's invited me into his home, and so we're going to go over a little bit of all the ventures he's involved in. He's got obviously the coffee shops where he started, gone into restaurants, cafes, and I hear you're even starting work on a new brewery that's opening up soon.
Yeah, absolutely.
And mainly the reason I'm speaking with you is because we just gave you 2023 Entrepreneur Magazine Entrepreneur of the Year. Very prestigious honor, sir. And so I just want to thank you for inviting me into your home and good to meet you.
Yeah, thanks for meeting me as well.
All right, so how you doing today?
I'm doing great. How are you?
Great, awesome. So let's get started at the very beginning. So obviously you started with coffee shops. So tell me about the first business and how that got started.
Yeah, well, basically, when I was younger, right out of high school, I started working in coffee shops, and kind of my love just for coffee blossomed from there. After that, for continuing to work in coffee shops for so many years, after that I decided to start my own. We started Mercantile Coffee Company in February of 2016.
Which is everywhere now.
Yeah, and
it's
it literally
like crazy.
Yeah, it just started as a little mobile coffee pop-up bar.
Yeah, it's great.
And just blew up from there.
Yeah. Okay, so obviously, Mercantile has become almost a household name, huge industry on its own now. But I know like the restaurants are not as well known, but critically acclaimed, doing really well. So tell me a little bit. So obviously the coffee's like where your bread and butter, but what are you trying to do with the restaurants?
I always had a love and a fascination for restaurants as well. Working in coffee is definitely not the same thing as working in a restaurant, but eventually I helped open up a couple of restaurants with some pretty prestigious names and kind of fell in love with the industry that way. After that, I just thought there are so many cool concepts to bring into my hometown of Orlando that we're just missing, and I thought I could be the one to do it.
I know too, you've spoken about one of your passions is bringing good coffee into the restaurant world.
Yeah.
Because for so long, restaurants, they'll offer coffee on the menu, it'll be available, but the quality is never as good as a craft coffee shop.
Exactly.
And so tell us about how you're trying to change that.
Yeah, it is just really that the people that understand and appreciate and love coffee are not the people that are running restaurants, just plain and simple. For me, I just had a different outlook on that. I had been to so many restaurants, like you said, had great meals, and then dessert comes and coffee comes with that, and it was just awful. It ruins the rest of the evening.
Yeah, it's like the one thing they forget.
Always. So we really, really took that seriously.
And the critics are definitely responding to that approach. So that's great. So let's go over a little bit back before. So obviously you said you started working in coffee in high school.
Yeah.
Were there any other steps along the way that kind of prepared you for your career path?
Definitely. I started in 2016, same year at Valencia College, and basically I had taken a new student course that really put me on the trajectory. The professor that I had in the new student course kind of always encouraged us to envision ourselves in the future, and a lot of our assignments were also about that same work. Around the same time, he gave us an assignment to interview somebody that we respected, somebody that kind of held all of the values that we wanted ourselves, and was doing work in a similar field. So I met with an old colleague named Gary Russell. You may know him, but he kind of, just the interview with him really inspired me. He had at that point just started his own charity, and he had also passed his second sommelier certification.
Wow, yeah.
Yeah, so he really inspired me to really go for it. Not only the wine, but starting his own businesses and all of that. Just kind of, that was the person that I wanted to emulate.
Yeah, I've talked to Gary before for an interview. We've had him in the magazine. He's getting pretty well known now. His charity work is amazing. The stuff he's doing in the Ghana, obviously in Africa. It's just really inspiring stuff. And so, so that makes sense that you meeting him and getting to interview somebody who's done so much on his own would be an inspiration.
I really think that changed everything for me. That class and that person. So
it's awesome.
Yeah.
So what's a daily routine look like for you?
Well, I should say to begin, I learned a lot of these things. After Valencia, I went to Hamilton Hill School at Rollins College, and continued to take a lot of the hospitality classes and entrepreneurial classes that I felt would help shape me. And with those classes, I learned a lot about keeping a good routine. You know, it's always, you know, waking up early, you know, taking the day head on. You know, making sure you're.
How early do you normally get up?
6 a.m. every day.
6 a.m.
Every single
Very
day.
consistent.
Yeah, I
All
always
right.
try to be.
Yeah.
After that, it's just reading as much as I can about current events,
Okay.
reading about new trends in all sorts of industries that I'm involved in, and you know, after that, kind of taking the day on and seeing what happens, just seeing where it takes me.
Awesome. So, all right. So, getting up early, starting with some reading, probably some coffee.
Always coffee.
Always coffee. Great. So let's talk about a little bit about the future. So I know like the brewery
Yeah,
is the next big project for you.
definitely a little different for us too.
A little different from coffee and restaurants. So what do you see? Where do you see that heading?
You know, we just thought that would be such a cool project for Orlando. You know, we've seen where the craft beer scene has gone in the last few years, and
Yeah,
we thought
it's
we would
exploded.
have. Yeah, it's
Yeah.
amazing, and we wanted to be involved with that. We wanted to, you know, see what our take could be on it, and you know, we'll just see where it takes us. You know, we'd love for it to be the same thing, like a household name. You
Yeah.
know, it's all a new adventure for us.
Yeah, I noticed too. You really seem to be passionate about bringing craft industry to the city of Orlando. I know that's where you're from.
Yeah, right.
So you have a lot of love for this town, and for a long time it was kind of lacking.
Mhm.
And so is that a big focus for you? Is kind of trying to
It is.
bring the
It's-
Renaissance to Orlando?
Yeah, exactly. You know, I would love this to be just like the Seattles and LA's and
Wow,
you know,
okay.
Paris's of the world. You know, big cities that have everything you need, like where people are excited to be. You know, and it's definitely becoming that way. But I would love to be kind of, you know, one of the forefathers of that.
Yeah. Started. Yeah. Well, it definitely needs work. So
Yeah.
somebody's willing to do it. So any last words for any of our audience out there who want to be entrepreneurs? They're starting on this path. You know, want to start their own businesses with the craft industry or any industry. Do you have any
Yeah.
words of advice?
You know, it's always about the hard work and determination. You're never going to get anywhere from day one. It's going to take a lot more effort than that. So just keep on your path. Make sure you have a purpose, and you know, follow your dreams.
All right. Well, I think we're good. Cheers to all the
Cheers.
success. You know, a lot more good stuff to come in the future. Check out Mercantile. The brewery's on the way. If you're ever in Orlando, obviously, try to find Brett.
Yeah.
All right. Thanks, guys.